Hey y'all, this is Jackie. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please, I ask you to hit that subscribe button. Also, if you could hit like for this video, it actually helps the channel. So I would greatly appreciate if you could do that. But I kind of want to talk to you about something. I want to talk to you about dropping the old story, whether this is limiting beliefs that you have about money, about anything, or it could be that you're carrying around the story of what your, maybe what someone did to you, your SP done to you, or whatever. So I kind of want to talk to you about what's going on if you're keeping that old story playing, right? Let's say somebody hurt you and you're still holding on to that story, but at the same time, you're affirming for your new story. First thing I'm going to tell you to do is stop doing that right now. Stop affirming for your new story if that old story is still in play. If that old story, if you're still hurt from what happened, if you still think about what happened, don't get me wrong. It's hard, especially if you've been hurt. Trust me, I've been there. I still am a work in progress because I'm telling you, it do hurt when you care about somebody so much and they hurt you. You find it kind of hard to let go of the old story. But something that I've been doing, and it absolutely has been helping me. I want you to get a piece of paper, and I want you to write down the old story, that thought that keep coming up in your head. Like I said, whether it's money or whether it's your SP. A lot of you are manifesting your SP, so I'm going to give you that example, right? Let's say your SP done something, he or she hurt you, and you just like, oh, I can't believe they done that. I know that shit hurts. I know. Take it from me. I've been hurt myself, so I know. But what I want you to do, I want you to write down what you're feeling before you start affirming to that new story, because if you're having a lot of hot and cold behavior, it's probably because you're still replaying that old story. So what I want you to do, I want you to, if you got to take a month out, if you got to take 2 months out just to get yourself together and to deal with that emotional trauma that it may have left on you. I want you to do this because you want to release that old story in order to create a new story, right? So what you want to do, you want to write down how you're feeling. What emotions are you feeling? Are you sad? Are you mad? Are you pissed off? Whatever you're feeling, you want to write that down. Okay. And maybe you need to take out a month, step away from your SP for a moment, maybe. Because if you're getting that hot and cold behavior and you're still replaying that old story, I'm telling you, they're going to come in hot and cold. So this is what I'm challenging you all to do. Get a piece of paper, write out how you're feeling. If you're feeling mad, if you're feeling like, if you want to curse them out, write it on the paper, curse them out. I can't believe your MF done this to me, blah, 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 whatever. Get it all out. If you got to cry, cry. You got to get that emotion out. Do not hold that emotion in. Do not suppress that emotion. Get it out. Get it out. If you need to scream, if you need to put your head in a pillow, whatever you need to do, do it. Okay? Get it completely out. You write it out how you feeling. If you got to cry while you writing, you do that shit, okay? But try not to spiral. And if you do spiral, get back on your shit. Get back on your game, okay? So what I want you to do, I want you to get a piece of paper, and I want you to write down that old story. If SP was non-committal, if he or she done this, if whatever they done to you, write it down. Every time you're feeling sad about it, you write that shit down. You write it down every time. And then I want you to burn it. Tell yourself, I release these old feelings. Tell you, if you got to say, I release these old thought patterns. I release that. One thing about your subconscious mind, they don't know. Your subconscious mind don't know what's real, what's fake. Right? It don't know. So you got to release these old thoughts. You got to release what they done to you. First thing you got to do is forgive your fucking self. Forgive yourself. Because we are so hard on ourselves sometimes that we don't realize that we really just need to be kind to ourselves and realize we're doing the best that we can. First thing, you forgive yourself. Then you forgive your SP, whatever they did. You forgive them, okay? Forgive them. Then, if you need to cry, you cry it out. Don't hold that in. Cry it out. Let those emotions come out. Then when you start feeling better, then you can start creating that new story. Once you write out that old story and you burn that, another thing you can do, you can meditate to help you release that old story. What I used to do, and I still do it to this day because I still deal with stuff. I know it's hard. I meditate. While I'm meditating, I may affirm. I am releasing all of these old thoughts. I am forgiving anyone that has caused me pain, anyone that has done anything to hurt me. I forgive them. You got to have forgiveness. You got to. Then once you start feeling better, and when you're meditating sometimes, see yourself as the happiest person in the world. Start seeing yourself like this. I promise you, the more and more you do it, the more you're going to start seeing that in your 3D. It's going to start showing up. I tell myself when I get up in the morning, I am the happiest I've ever been. I am in a perfect relationship. Everything is working out in my favor. Like, I just constantly affirm. And then when I'm meditating, I see myself being happy. I see myself being in the most healthiest, happiest relationship. I see myself being that person. Eventually, it's going to show up in your 3D. When you're feeling sad, affirm. I always have happy thoughts. You got to learn to control your mind. Don't let your mind control you, okay? As soon as a negative thought pops up, you cut it off as quickly as it can. So now that we done got rid of the old story, right? We done took some time to ourselves. We done healed from whatever may have hurted us, okay? We have released that old story. Now I want you to get a piece of paper and I want you to write down your new story. I want you to see yourself being the happiest you ever been. I want you to see yourself being in a committed relationship. I want you to see yourself being happy with your SP, or see yourself having a lot of money, or see yourself with your dream house. You can't have both stories. That's where the hot and cold behavior is going to come in at. Because you got a negative thought and you got a positive thought, and you're suppressing that onto your subconscious mind. So if you have a situation where your SP has hurt you, you forgive them. You have to. You don't react to their old self. Stop seeing them as that old person and start seeing them showing up as that new person. If you got to read your new story every day, when you get up in the morning, when you go to bed at night, do that. Your subconscious mind don't know the difference. So drop the old story, y'all. Drop it. If you're getting a lot of hot and cold behavior, this is why, because you haven't completely dropped the old story. I know it's hard. I know your mind be like, why? You got to drop it. It takes time. It's not nothing that you gonna do overnight. I'm being honest because I've been there. I'm still dealing with the old story. Sometimes I have to cry. Shit, I think I cried the other day. But when I cried, I got back on my shit. I'm like, nope, not in my reality, because I'm always in a good mood. I'm the happiest I've ever been. My past is just that, the past. It do not predict my future or my present moment. So you guys, you got to continue to show up for yourself. You got to continue to do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Take it from me. Continue to show up for yourself. Continue to show up how you want your life to be. It can be done. My clients, they tell me all the time, Jackie, I finally, because I teach them how to drop the old story. I finally dropped the old story. Now I have this new story, and he or she is showing up like I want them to. You have to persist. Keep going. A lot of times we mess up because your does something, and then you react, and then you go back to your old story. No, don't go back to the old story. Tell yourself, no, this is not happening. Not in my reality. In my reality, this is what's happening. Remember, your subconscious mind do not know the difference. Okay, so drop your old story. Take some time to work on it. If you got to, do what you need to do to heal yourself, to release the hurt, to forgive yourself, and to forgive your SP. I hope this video helps, guys. I really do. Please make sure to join our free Facebook group. You can get the link from the description box. Please make sure to like the video if you haven't. It really helps the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you need one-on-one coaching, you can visit my website. Other than that, let's go ahead and drop that old story. Put in the comment section, I dropped that old story today, or I'm going to drop that old story today and create my new story. I cannot wait to hear you guys' success, because I'm always manifesting for anybody that tunes into my video to have their manifestation comes in quickly and easily. All right, y'all, I'm out.